Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, back from boxing. Now, man, my boy Gervante Take Davis versus Mario Barrios, man, phenomenal fight, and wow, man, it was a classic, man. It's funny, man. The haters will say that that Gervante Tank Davis fought for a WBA record title, and this is not a really the super title for a WBA. This is just a regular title, i.e., not being a real title, right? That being said, man, Gervante Tank Davis said that he came from 130 to 140 to fight Mario Barrios, and if you were to consider the WBA title to be not a major sanctioning by a title because it's not the highest level belt you can get within the WBA, you'd have to consider him, Gervante Tank Davis, the belt he had at 135 was the WBA title, right? Now the belt he had at 130, he was one WBA Super Champion and the IBF champion. Therefore, he skipped two weight classes to fight Mario Barrios because he never really fought for a major sanctioning title at 135, right? So my boy Gervante Tank Davis skipped two weight classes and beat a bigger, stronger, taller Mario Barrios who was undefeated, right? And it was an extremely competitive fight and an extremely exciting fight. Now, man, all that being said, man, my boy Gervante, he came back from a rough start in the first 4 rounds, and he started pushing the pace on Barrios, and he finally imposed himself to ended up stopping Mario Barrios in the 11th round by, it was a left hook that caught Barrios after he got dropped by a left uppercut to the body, which basically was the beginning of the end for Mario Barrios, man. And that was a phenomenal fight. Now, usually after the fight, people like, the champions call out, the guy who won the fight, i.e. Gervante Tank Davis, right? Now, I remember when Devin Haney fought his last fight against Jose Pedraza, right? People were calling the guy out, right? Ryan Garcia said, man, I'd stop you when you got wobbled, I would have stopped you, right? I would have stopped you. T.O. came out and said that he didn't let he could have did more because he would have stopped him if he found out, he did the same thing because Teofimo Lopez is a counterpuncher, right? So when I think I said Jose Pedraza, I'm sorry, I meant Jorge Linares. That's who he fought. But that being said, Linares caught David Haney with a left hook, right? Multiple times in the fight. I think it was a left hook one time, then a right hook. There were hooks. And that's Teofimo Lopez's bread and butter, counterpunching. So that being said, he was called out heavy after the end of that fight, right? Devin Haney was called out, right? And same thing will happen with Ryan Garcia when he got dropped by Luke Campbell. Everyone gave him his credit, but everyone wanted to fight him as well. But when Gervante Tank Davis beat Mario Barrios at 140, no one's saying anything. No one's calling him out. No one was saying that, oh, if that was me, I would have did A, B, and C. Teofimo Lopez is quiet. Devin Haney is quiet. Ryan Garcia is quiet. They all know what they witnessed. And they witnessed a superstar performance in Gervante the Tank Davis. Now, man, it's extremely hard to fight a guy like Davis because not only does he have his corner, he has Floyd Mayweather as well coaching him. And during the fight, Gervante Tank Davis was getting excellent advice from his corner, right? At one point, Gervante's corner said, move to your right. The guy cannot fight going to his right. So Gervante, at the end of the fight, he broke it down and said, instead of going to my right, they're one's southpaw, one's orthodox. He's always going to go to his right because he's avoiding Barrios' straight right hand. So what instead he did is he feints like he was going to his right, and he'll throw a right hook, right? But he'll be standing in front of him, or he'll step in with it, right? And that was the first drop knockdown that my boy Gervante Tank Davis did. It was a leaping right hook. He feinted like he was going to his right and looked like a jab, and then he came over the top with the right hook, which ended up dropping him. That's extremely high level IQ stuff. Understand that Gervante Tank Davis, he's such a high IQ fighter. It's shocking because understand that Gervante Tank Davis may hit hard, but that's not really what he's known for. He's known for his countering punching, right? When he's fighting these top fighters, he's not just bulldozing these guys, he's countering them. And the fight with Mario Barrios, those were counter punches he was setting up, right? He was setting up traps for the guy, right? He didn't just hit him and he fell. Those were traps he was setting for him. So that being said, man, there was a point in the fight when Floyd Mayweather came to his corner and said, man, you're behind in the cards. And Gervante was shocked and he was confused because it's like, I just dropped the guy 2 times and that was in the 10th round. And he's like, okay, well, you're losing on the unofficial scorecards. He didn't say official, he said unofficial, right? And then that being said, man, Gervante Tank Davis pushed the pace and he ended up show-stopping Mario Barrios in spectacular fashion. And wow, man, that was a phenomenal fight, man. I've seen celebrities come out and say how great that fight was, and it was just a big deal. Like I said earlier, man, Brian Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, no one's really saying anything because they know what they witnessed. They're not really trying to call him out because there's some times where a fighter has such a good performance, he's dangerous at that point. You should want to fight that guy because understand Teofimo Lopez, when he fought that Asian kid, I can't think of his name right now. I'm not trying to say it because, well, I will butcher his name. He had problems with a taller fighter, and a lot of people would say that Gervante Tank Davis had a problem with Mario Barrios, but if you actually watch the fight, Tank Davis was throwing 0 punches for the first 4 or 5 rounds. The reason why he was doing that is because he was waiting for Barrios to really commit so he can counter him, i.e., like I said earlier, Gervante Tank Davis being a counter puncher. So he basically was waiting for Barrios to commit, and Barrios is just throwing a jab, and if he's going to throw anything to really commit, he was throwing body shots, which was smart from Barrios, right? So, but when Barrios was disciplined, he was winning the fight, but when he started trading with the kid, it was over. But you have to give credit to Tank. One thing he did in the fight that really stopped Barrios from working the jab is he was slapping down Barrios' jab and playing like he basically nullified Barrios' jab. It's once he did that, Barrios, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to throw a left hook or straight right hand, right? Because he took your jab away now. So when you take the jab away, Barrios looked confused. He didn't know what to do. Some people rely on the jab so much they don't know how to work outside of the jab, and that's basically Barrios. He started leading to trading with Gervante Tank Davis because he was a smart fighter, but Gervante Tank Davis has 2 fast, quick twitch muscles, right? He's waiting for the counter. He's waiting for it. He's waiting to counter you. He was setting things up. He was using his head movement. He was using his foot movement. He was walking them down. And man, this performance is just another staple in Gervante Tank Davis's career, right? Now, we're going to see where his career goes from here, man. Gervante Tank Davis, could he fight Josh Taylor next? There's definitely a possibility. But, I think this is a good fight for Gervante Tank Davis. And could he go back to 130, 135? Yeah, he should, because I understand this. There's a lot of work to be done at 130. I still want to see Gervante Tank Davis versus face one like Oscar Valdez. I still want to see him fight a lot of the top fighters I just named earlier, the Devin Haney's, the Teofimo Lopez's, the Ryan Garcias, and there's just too much money to miss down there, right? 130, 140, it sounds good on paper. It's good for the accolades, right? But should he fight Josh Taylor right now? Hey, man, it could happen, but what we're going to see, man, Top Rank, what are they going to throw their big fish in there? Because understand this, they've been talking a lot about Terrence Bud Crawford leaving Top Rank. That being said, Josh Taylor can be their new guy, right? Josh Taylor is undisputed right now at 140, and understand that, that's what basically catapulted Terrence Crawford's career, was being undisputed. Now, we're going to see how they, boost Josh Taylor's career to get to a level of Terrence Crawford. But right now, Josh Taylor is in a particular situation that could really, a handful of fights away from superstardom, right? He has the accolade. Now he needs the big names. You really can't move Josh Taylor slow anymore when he becomes undisputed. Now it's all about the big names to really get his name out there. So, but we're going to see what happens with Gervante Tank Davis, man. All the top guys, 135, silence, man. Silence. Shocking things, man. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Like, comment, subscribe. This is The Empire. Geobox Empire. Peace.